House.
Hi, welcome to Monday Night Heroes, a division of Microphones of Madness. Tonight we are playing Pulp Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep, where only one character has a broadsword.
No, that's been lost long ago.
Nobody has a broadsword.
I thought he was lost long ago.
Wes has
He
a
was.
Yes.
Wait,
Calvus.
where did you get the broadsword? Because Ripper had the broadsword.
He has a cavalry.
Calvus is.
But that just, it doesn't sound as good. So when we last left our adventurers, they were crawling by their lips, limping into the next village, their destination of Ndovu.
In a strange twist of fate, except for me.
Yeah, you passed out. It was
But,
glorious.
But the Major and Walter are down. Having both.
If Walter could kill the Major with Stink Eye, he would.
So you make it into the village where some names are dropped. And you're all given a small hut. Well, it's got a tin roof.
Rusted.
So the village is, your guide tells you it's about a day south of where the Carlisle massacre happened. And then another day after that, you can make it to the Mountain of the Black Wind.
Lovely.
It is a small village. It's a lot like some of the other villages that you've passed through, except here the roofs are of better quality, and the ditches and the bridges are of higher quality as well. Sam introduces you to the headman and tells you in English beforehand, whatever you do, don't mention the Black Wind, don't mention the mountain, don't mention any of that stuff. People around here are very superstitious, and they'll just send you on your way. You're here to do a mission. You're here to do a little bit of safari.
He was attacked by poachers on the plane. That's all I know.
Getting here, it's very simple. There's a lot of wildlife that people who aren't from around here aren't prepared for. So it's not unusual to see people have been mauled. So
cavalry saber.
Broadsword.
Like I said, poachers.
Speaking of spilled blood, we should probably work on our sanguine obligation at some point.
Now, before you set out, because once you're past the village, this is the point in the video game where it says, "Are you sure you want to go on?"
No.
You cannot save beyond this point.
No.
You should rest up.
Is this also the part where we wander around the plane grinding for levels before we go on?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no levels.
I also don't have that many bullets.
But you will have the equivalent of that is you'll have an opportunity to regain some hit points if you stay long enough, and you'll have the opportunity to regain some sanity by using your backstory as anchor.
The party stays long enough to recoup everything. How long is that?
Well, physically, it would probably be up to you and Wes.
Yeah.
So at, 3 points a day?
Yes, you're being generous, yes.
I'll go with that.
2 points a day.
2 points a day. So, Wes, you need 2 weeks.
Yes. I'm at 4 points.
Walter, James, you're going to need, what's your max is 24. You will also need a little less than 2 weeks, but roughly. 2 weeks will get you straight. Hit point wise.
We are under the mercy of the GM, so however long you think we need.
Well, I mean, if you want to fully recover your hit points, it's going to be 2 weeks, which is okay because in the meanwhile, you could be doing stuff to help recover your sanity.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go one by one in your just regular dex order, and you can tell me what you are doing to help recover your sanity.
Whatever also recovers my luck.
So, well, we'll do that as well.
Okay.
We can all
Because I blew that
luck
out
rolls.
trying to kill Wes.
You can all do your luck rolls.
You blew it out trying to live.
So, like Wes
That too.
and James, you automatically
Yeah.
get that because you have no luck.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So how much luck do we recover?
Well, if you miss your roll, if you fail the roll, you get 2d10 plus 10.
Excellent.
If you make the luck roll, you get 1d10 plus 5.
And if you make a luck roll with one luck, well, no luck, then you just really, the gods hate you. Your dice have gone into nothingness.
Just-
So they have absolutely no luck. They
That's
That's
can't.
what I said. If they make a luck roll with 0 luck, the dice have disappeared into the
I
ether.
guess, yeah, if you crit fail or crit
Come on.
succeed, you don't.
Okay.
You get 0-0. I mean, that's pretty much crit fail.
I got
You
15
can
luck.
crit fail, you can't crit succeed.
Do you have 15 luck? Is that what you said, Wes?
Yeah, I just ended up with 15 luck at the end of this.
All right.
Not even enough to save you again.
Nope.
So obviously I failed that. So I'm rolling 2d10 since I failed.
Yeah, 2d10 and then add 10.
Okay, so 12, so 17.
All right. All right, Lily, what are you going to do to try and restore your sanity?
If she does anything that would settle her mind, it would be writing.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit of what you're writing about.
She's starting to write the novel about John's diary.
Yes. Yes. Finally.
John's Diary, a novel by E.L. Shelley.
I saw him come off the train one day.
Oh, Jackson, my Jackson.
All right. Make a sanity roll.
Make a sanity roll.
That is a fail.
Yeah, you actually, thinking back on John, really triggers, really just brings into focus the recent past, and you actually lose a sanity point,
That's fine.
remembering all the good times. You know, like the
It's not
time
John she loses that sanity point over. It's what happened after John because she lost control of her body.
And we are now queuing Boys to Men.
James, what is Walter doing to try and regain his sanity?
As Walter's trying to heal himself, does he see anything that is considered like good luck charms to keep the bad things of the mountain away?
Yeah, I'm sure you can find something.
Walter goes to find as much supplies as he can to copy it and sell them for more than what they're probably worth.
Okay.
So literally just small little cons to make him feel good about himself again.
Right. Okay. Make sanity roll.
Sure. I got a 28.
Is that pass?
Yes.
You can roll a d6 and grab that
Okay.
as your sanity. Let me just make sure it's a d6.
Yeah. D6.
Okay. Yep. Alrighty. Mr. Benoit.
I'm standing in the study of my mansion, staring at a painting of my
Julian,
parents.
why are you standing in the middle of the desert staring into nothing?
No. It's his
Savannah.
mental palace.
My
Yeah.
mind castle.
Yeah, I'm sure it is his mind palace, but I feel like he would be standing in the middle of nothing in the dark.
Yes. That's
Exactly.
Actually, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm standing in the middle of an open area in the dark, gripping the bullet that killed baby niece in my hand, brooding, and doing an "I have failed you" soliloquy.
You can give us a little bit of that soliloquy if you want.
I have failed you.
It's a man of many,
That's so good.
many words.
It's
Can
terrible.
I write a letter as well?
You can make a sanity roll
That
at
was
disadvantage.
awesome, by the way.
At disadvantage,
I failed.
I have 15 sanity.
All right,
I should
Mr.
have thought this
Benoit.
more out.
A regular sanity roll.
Yeah.
All of those years ago,
Julian's
I
gonna
put
snap
on
his
this
pants off.
mask and set out on my quest for vengeance. I have brought my own shovel because I know I will be digging my own hole. 18, so that's fail by 3.
Yeah. So you also lose a point of sanity. And finally,
It's okay. It keeps me one step closer to Mythos Hardened.
of the 14th Hussars, the swashbuckling Major, Sir
Yes.
Major Eric Despard Murgatroyd,
13th Earl of Slapdyback.
25th Baronet.
Oh, now I got
backstory lifted from Good Omens.
so many
Hailing
ideas
from
for the letter I
Portlandia.
want to write now.
Anyway, so what the major shall be himself doing is, looking after the various women in the village. Do they need help carrying their various fruit baskets and whatnot, and being of aid and doing varying.
Baskets.
I'm guessing here. I'm
That's what women in the savannah do. They carry fruit baskets to and fro.
water
Frolicking
jugs
the
or
entire
whatever.
time.
The major is not geographically good.
Well, I mean, just from observation, people are doing people things. They are tending fields. They are fetching water. They are cooking. They are taking care of children. They are doing the things that people do to live, thrive, and survive.
I have this image in my head of the major walking up to someone and go, "Hello, savage.
May I carry the fruit basket?
How may I help you today?"
That is about it. That is the.
How can I improve your day by having my company aside yours?
Well, I
Indeed.
already have because you're in the presence of an Englishman.
Yes, indeed. This is the service of the British Empire. The Empire.
You are. Be careful what you wish for, because you have been conscripted.
Words.
Sorry, let me have some more rum and coke. You have been conscripted into service to spend a full 8 hours kneeling in a patch of grass planting yarrow.
Ah, yes. It's a good fine day that does not involve blood on the ground.
The flies are biting. It's hot. It's back-breaking work. But you get to make a sanity roll.
Yes, this is still better than yesterday. Let's see what I get here. 48 out of 73.
So you can gain 1d6 as you realize that there is life in the Empire beyond the pecking order of the military and the oppressors.
Lies and slander.
It's all good service to the crown.
And
All
this
right.
would be the finest yarrow ever.
Indeed, for an Englishman did it. For I am an Englishman.
That you are.
Though
right.
sometimes I'm not sure he's sure about what he is himself as much as he has to say it.
In the meanwhile, you notice that the good Dr. Savage is not feeling very well. And he is looking even less as you see less and less of him over the 2-week period until he is actually confined to his bed. And he says he will unfortunately not be able to accompany you on the final leg of this journey. He feels really bad because he is the one who dragged you all the way out here to Africa to help
He's
him
the
out with
one
this
that
specific
knows how to
problem.
do this too.
Yes, he
But,
does
you
not
know,
do the ritual.
You get sick. What are you going to do? Your 2 weeks of convalescence.
Out of bed and
Do any of us remember how to do this besides the doctor?
He's the only one that knows how.
He didn't walk away. He's there. He's just a PC instead of an NPC.
quick, while he's out unconscious, grab the book.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
All right. We still need to figure out how to complete our sanguine bond.
All right. Well, in the couple of weeks where you've been convalescing and helping out, quote unquote, a couple of rumors are floating around the village. You come to find out that in this region, more than a dozen men, women, and children have disappeared in the last few weeks. There has been little effort made to search for them, as the locals believe that their fate is in the hands of the cult of the Black Mountain, and their fate is sealed.
It certainly is.
Where were they last seen?
Oh, it's all over the place. It's this happens every once in a while, but it's been particularly active this time around. Usually it's one or two people every once in a while. Now it's like dozens of people.
See. The only problem is we don't speak the language enough to use the old silver tongue.
We have an NPC
You have a guy.
translator.
Rodney, give me an idea roll.
Okay. That is a pass.
You've seen this pattern before. You've seen it in New York. You've seen it in London.
Oh, I have I?
Yes, with people disappearing under mysterious circumstances.
Sacrifices.
Gesundheit.
Where does this cult of the Black Mountain hang out, other than the Black Mountain?
Yeah, Sam kind of looks at you and gives you a cutoff sign. More subtle than the one I just gave, but he kind of gives you a look like saying, you don't want to pursue this. Remember.
This is exactly what I do.
Okay. But maybe the reason that you failed is because you don't know the meaning of the word subtle.
I very well know the meaning of subtle.
Okay, well then subtly, shut up.
I'm going to hit him. Right in the gut. It was a walk by. And then
Spears and swords are brandished at you. People start speaking in a language that you know you don't understand. You're getting a lot of angry looks. Sam stands up, dusts himself off, and speaks for a minute, looks at you and says, I'm going to let that slide this time, but I wouldn't advise doing that again. You're far from home. Maybe you should respect our ways.
And maybe you should tell me what I want to know so I can go and help these kids.
Maybe there'll be time for that in a minute. But don't do that in front of the whole entire village, who will kick you out and not give you succor for the 2 weeks it's taking your comrades to convalesce.
Do I look like I give a damn about them?
Okay.
Sam
holds up his hands and says, then there's nothing I can do for you.
Point me in a direction. You don't have to say anything. Point in a direction.
He points.
And that's the direction I go.
All right. So,
What just happened?
Rodney just got kicked out of the village. The rest of you find out that the freshly killed carcasses of 2 elephants were found yesterday, a few hours east of the village. Sam tells you that Ndovu is Swahili for elephant. So this is a bit shocking to the villagers, and it is described as the deaths are highly unnatural. No natural beast could tear an elephant to shreds. The bodies are shunned by vultures and jackals and have swollen enormously and turned purple-green as pussy matter oozes out of them. And finally, the great magician of Swara village to the southeast was cursed by the sorceress Mweru because he dared mock her powers. Now his hair has fallen out, he is blind, and he babbles like a child. The village is located a half a day's travel towards Mount Kenya, which you can see looming in the distance. All right, so Rodney, you can give me a D10.
6.
All right, that's how many days you made it into the village before you got kicked out.
Okay.
That's how much. That's how many hit points you're allowed to recover. 12.
I didn't need to recover any hit points
Okay.
yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
So
Like-
what exactly
like
are you
Julie.
doing in your exile there, Julian?
If I find out he sent me in the wrong damn direction, I'm going to be cursing the whole damn time. But I'm going to pretty much see if I can uncover the trail on my own of these kidnappers.
Okay, and how are you planning on doing that?
I don't know. I'm an impulsive sort of guy.
Okay, so you're wandering in a direction. Give me a con roll.
Okay. That's a 28. That's a pass.
Okay. You managed to make it without any starvation incident or exposure incident. How is your tracking or natural world? Anything like that?
Let's see. Both are base.
Okay. Are they both the same? 10?
Yes, they're both 10.
All right, give me the roll.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, you're walking in a direction. It might be the way he pointed at this point. It all just looks sort of the same. It's like a lot of tall grass. Lots of grass.
It's like Arizona out here with grass.
Eventually, kind of using Mount Kenya as a guide, you make it to an area that starts to look a little forested.
Okay, well that means there's trees. That's shade. Probably water somewhere. That's good.
But really, you're pretty much helplessly lost and wandering around.
That's fine.
Okay.
You got 14 sand now. It seems perfectly logical.
You really wanted to just walk around and grind, didn't you, Robert?
In his head, he's seeing Gotham.
You're now
Now I'm coming to a forest.
you're Don Quixote in Africa.
Paladin without direction.
Meanwhile, James,
Mm-hmm.
how are we doing with the fly catching?
As far as I know, I should be good to go. I made these little trinkets up.
Oh no,
See what
no
passes
fly catching. You're supposed to be
catching.
feeding Keith.
I'm supposed to be feeding Keith.
Oh yeah, who is not what she seems.
The chameleon.
Oh, the chameleon. That's right. Yeah. Be happy to make sure that little guy's getting all the food he can get.
She.
Or her.
All right.
With a name like Keith.
Well, that's because she's. Never mind.
She's sensitive, okay?
Don't judge her.
Listen, don't make fun of my little princess.
All right. Well, 2 weeks have passed.
Trying to
And
make sure
Sam-
she's nice and plump.
Sam goes, I hope your friend's all right, but I think we can use this place as a base. Obviously, the doctor's still here, but we need to set out and get ourselves going. We're going to.
Yeah, especially after Lucy's, because it took Lucy about 5 days to heal. After she gets healed, she's just been up and out around the village too. Since she's a farm girl, she's kind of used to like tending to livestock and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So just basically to get us on real good terms with them.
Right. Yeah, and then as long as you haven't.
No, I haven't said
Going
anything
to the mountain of the Black Wind.
The only thing she said to them that has probably had them go okay is don't touch the veil.
Villagers have mostly heard choruses of Jerusalem.
They like Lucy.
Like maybe
Julian
she's taking Sam
suddenly
and had him
feels-
tell them, like translate for her a story she wants to tell to the kids or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of being here, y'all can pick up a smattering of Swahili. You can all give me a D10 and see how much you can understand. It's not going to like be huge amounts, but it'll be enough to like maybe get you by. So if Sam buys it, you won't be completely lost in the wilderness.
I got a 4.
I got a 7.
I got a 6.
By our powers combined, we might not die of starvation in the desert.
It's a savanna.
Yes.
Close enough.
All right.
I suppose we should go looking for him.
Okay.
Yes, quite right. Can't leave a man to die in the desert.
No, I mean we could, but I kind of partial to him.
Yeah.
I really kind of wish Walter was a little crazy right now, so I could just go.
Once had a
Keep
corporal
look
who
for
decided to
him.
wander.
Go on, sweetie.
Okay. Sam goes, I suppose it's crueler to let him wander around. He's probably learned his lesson if he isn't already dead.
He lived through a lot of things. I somehow have the feeling he's fine. I'm more worried about what trouble he's found by the time we found him.
Yeah.
Really, the worst trouble that he can find is all the trouble that he's going to inflict on himself.
Oh, no. No, you don't understand, Sam. And it's better you don't understand.
Meanwhile, back in the forest,
Julian is now wearing a lion's skin.
Julian, you've been wandering around.
I have learned the language of the forest.
Learned something. Give me another con roll.
That's an 11.
Okay, you managed to keep yourself alive for a week.
Oh, good.
You also managed to learn a little bit about the forest, not the language of the forest per se, but I will give you a D10 in natural world to add on to the 10 that's already there.
10. Nice.
While you were setting up your hut and hunting with snares, you can give me a D10 in survival as well.
All right.
It hasn't been great, but you're not a dumb man and you've learned something.
Yes, how to
You do hear
survive in the
voices
forest.
in the forest.
Wait, how long have I been in the forest?
You've been in the forest for about a week.
Okay, I've been in the forest alone for a week with a 14 sand.
Yep.
Nice.
You might be talking to your hand as a friend, yes. So, Robin, what is on tap for today? I don't know, Julian.
He found a rock and he took some lion's blood and painted a face on it. So now he has his own Wilson.
It's Robin because he's a superhero, and he calls it Little Buddy for some reason.
I thought he was going to be talking.
I'm
I thought he was going to
calling
be
it.
talking to his. Sorry, go ahead, Robin.
I'm calling it Bob.
I thought he was going to call it Lefty, but it was his right hand.
Oh God.
One evening, with the moon waning, you hear voices approach the camp.
I disappear into the shadows.
Okay, that is good. Give me a stealth roll. And how did you make that?
Critical failure.
Awesome. So good.
3 men. They're white men, European in nature, wearing fezzes, wander into the forest with packs and the whole thing, and they look at you, and they're like, "Oh, you must be lost. I'm assuming you're on your way."
What are you doing in my forest?
I guess you got here a little early than you were supposed to, but the gathering's happening very soon. You've got to come with us. Come on, we'll help you out. You don't look Black Pharaoh. Which sect are you from?
Bloody Tongue out of New York.
Oh, right. Oh, so you must feel really at home. That explains the clothes.
Yeah.
So, why are you out here all alone? Are you waiting for people? Is this part of the whole black tongue thing? Getting back to nature? Urgh.
I love it. So good.
I like being alone.
Well, don't get used to it. From what I understand, there's going to be over 10,000 of us. It's going to be glorious.
Yes. Yes, it will.
When our master takes form of his own flesh on the earth to herald the new age, it can only be glorious. I can only hope that I'm not eaten first so I can witness some of it. He goes, well, I'll let you do your thing there, but we'll see you in a few days for the ceremony. You know, look us up. I'm Bob. He's Ted. We'll see you later.
Catch us on LinkedIn.
Say, Bob, Ted,
Yes.
if someone had, being a person of urban persuasion, gotten themselves a little bit lost, which direction would they go to find this gathering?
Oh, well, you want to go to the Northeast, of course.
Ah, of course, the Northeast. Jeez.
I guess they don't tell you all the secrets, huh?
No.
You think that the Bloody Tongue would know everything, this being the home territory, but live and learn, live and learn.
You know, to be completely honest with you, Bob and Ted, I've only been a member for like 6 months.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome.
It's part of the accelerated program.
Yeah, I heard that you guys in New York had a little spot of bother. You know, we kind of had some in London as well, but nothing we couldn't handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard about that. That was a little bit after me.
Well, we'll see you there. Sit down. Maybe you can have a pint or two with us before the shebang, because you never know if you're going to survive these things. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, you really never know. I mean, some guy in a gas mask could just drop down from the ceiling and start kicking people's ass at any time.
Yeah, I guess that could happen. I was thinking more of a 400-foot stepping on you, but to each his own.
Yeah, well, same thing, really.
I guess you're right.
Really fucks up your day.
Yeah.
Or so I hear.
Yeah, it can. Well, anyway, we'll see you later. Or shall I say,
and to you too.
And they plot off into the evening.
Scumbags.
All right. So as you while away your time, you hear more crashing through the woods, and out come your buddies, who are led by Sam, who looks at you and says,
"What are you doing in my forest?
Really? This is what you've done? I suppose it could be worse."
Yeah, he could have stabbed us.
Sam, you don't have a whole village of swordsmen to back you up this time. I advise you to hush your mouth. You in my turf now.
He looks around and he laughs.
For what such as it is.
Your turf. That's rich.
Yeah, don't step there. And I point away from the snare.
Yeah, he's pretty savvy enough to. He actually walks over to your snare, corrects the knot for you,
Oh,
Oh, GM's got some balls today.
what? Oh,
And he says, "Well, you're only about a day off from the route that we would have had planned. So my suggestion is we bed down here for the night, and we'll make our way through the forest. And we should be able to hit the grabs a little grass.
They're
Puts it in the
going
air.
northeast.
Yes, but there's a lot of northeast.
I point the direction that Bob and Ted showed me.
That'll get you there. That will certainly get you there.
Bob,
did they happen to mention how many of them were coming?
Oh, about 10,000.
Who are Bob and Ted?
of course.
Cultists.
Wait, is this Australia, Bob?
No, it wasn't Australia, Bob.
Oh, he's kind of nice.
It was British Bob.
Mm. You know, I'm impressed that you didn't just slaughter them or die trying.
Why? Why slaughter 2 when I can slaughter 10,000?
You know, I'm starting to get worried about you.
Sam, are we got any artillery lying around, or dynamite, or an extra division?
No, I'm sorry, but this isn't mining area, so no. So I mean, I don't know where you think you are, Sir Eric, but that's not where we are.
I think he means have us do a charge of the light brigade.
Look, you guys want to go to the Mountain of the Black Wind. I'm going to take you to the Mountain of the Black Wind, and once you're there, whatever you do, that's up to you.
You know, what can we even do when we get there? We don't have the one that knows the spell. We don't have innocent blood with us. What's the point?
Perhaps they might have brought some sacrifices with them, and we could surreptitiously borrow one.
We might not be able to cast our own spell, but we can sure as hell interrupt theirs.
Oh. Ours is but to be die.
Somebody give me an idea or a education roll. Knowledge.
That's a
A
pass.
knowledge roll, you say?
Yes. You were specifically told that when you're casting the ward toward the area off, it has to be completely devoid of evil.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. You're void of evil.
We're just filled with the lemons in this situation, aren't we?
Well, chaps, who wants to lead me around the Lord's Prayer?
No.
No. I met a god face to face. Two actually. Now to think about it, not in the praying mood anymore.
Define devoid of evil. I mean, who else is somewhat erudite in this nonsense?
Are you talking to me?
That is a question out into the ether. Whoever wants to answer.
Well, let's see. Define your definition of devoid.
Without and
Let me
lacking is usually what that word
amend
means.
that. Let me amend that question.
I mean, do you want the textbook answer? I mean, I didn't like memorize it or nothing, but I can give you a general idea. What
All right, so
divorce is?
this is the exact quote. The unrivaled light of the marvelous eye transcends taint if all evil presences have been dispatched or dispelled.
Okay.
Well, dispatched we can try. It's going to take a lot, though. You got an army?
Problem.
I mean, we're
I
talking
suppose the only
10,000. I mean, you know, they're saying cast this. We got to cast a spell on the Mountain of the Black Wind,
And it takes a day, doesn't it?
and it takes a day. So, I mean, we got to get these cultists are assembling on the Black Mountain, so we got to take care of them first.
well, perhaps we could just simply let let their magic thing go off. Hope it kills a number of them. And then
Okay, let me. What was it? What was it they said?
Devoid of evil, I believe that's what they said. Seeing as what they're doing is evil, I think letting them finish is gonna fuck up what we're trying to do.
Well, you know, we can
Giant, giant foot, 100 feet tall manifestation. Hope they eat me last.
well, we could fix
Actually,
that.
I kind of hope they just step on me immediately, so it's just over.
It will at least concentrate the problem into one thing rather than 10,000 things.
I wish I could show you what we've seen. You don't want this thing coming through, trust me.
Well, how long do we have before we get there?
Well, it's probably because we had to go out of our way to get you. It's probably another day to the corrupt ground, and then another day to the mountain itself.
Well, then we got 2 days to figure it out. So rest up, ladies and gentlemen.
Rodney, doesn't Julian have
What the fuck was that?
a same talent that allows him to process information?
I have perfect recall.
Yes. And doesn't that allow you to process information?
Sure.
All right. And what does it take to set that off? Sand roll?
It would be a skill check. I'm trying to remember which one we used. And failure is a bad thing.
Yes.
So I don't remember what skill we used for that,
Right.
though.
Well, let's take a look at the actual thing. It's in the chapter on sanity. There we go.
Yeah, it's an insane talent.
All right, it's called Insane
Recall.
Recall. Is it Insane Recall or Insane Understanding? Because I don't have Insane Recall.
It should be recall.
Oh, that's continued. My fault.
Yeah. Because it's like perfect,
All right.
perfect detail.
Every memory I've ever heard is read at the fingertips. All right. So you gain a bonus die in either you. An education roll, no or skill roll.
Okay.
So it'll probably be a no roll in this case.
Okay. All right. And it's a bonus die?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be a 14.
Okay. Here's the situation. There are a fuck ton of cultists from all over the world gathering here at the Mountain of the Black Land for a ceremony. Exhibit A.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit B. All right. You're not going to be able to fight over 10,000 cultists. I don't care who you are. It's just not going to happen. be. They'll probably be somewhat distracted if you time it correctly, because they'll be doing their cult thing.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit C. Hypatia Masters is very unnaturally pregnant.
Okay.
Exhibit D. Once whatever they're trying to do happens, 10,000 cultists aren't going to stick around.
Exhibit C, or what are we on? E?
Yeah.
Bob and Ted said the master being born in the flesh.
He did.
So Hypatia Masters is the key.
Yeah, that was random. Imagine he just yells that out in the middle of the night.
No, he kind of whispers his It's if it was television, it would be accompanied by
Wes,
Mind Castle.
what are you messing with, man? Because I can't hear a thing over what you're doing.
Oh, sorry. On the dice. Sorry.
So yeah, Hypatia Masters is most likely the one going to give birth to our friend, the Black Pharaoh.
That's not even a pleasant thought.
If she is not present for the ceremony, there can't be a ceremony. And without a ceremony, there's no reason for all these jackasses to stick around.
I don't even know where she is.
Do we shoot her, or do we just kidnap her?
All we gotta do is make sure that the life of the party doesn't make it to the party.
Whoever is pregnant, then we just push them down a flight of stairs. I told you it was really bad. I'm sorry.
Actually, in this situation, I'm not so sure that's a horrible idea. Although finding the stairs out here may be difficult.
It's called a mountain. But
of course, we have a bigger problem of finding her. Nobody's seen her.
True.
As she is the guest of honor, so I would assume that she would be and carrying the earthly avatar of Nyarlathotep.
Don't say that name.
Thunder rumbles in the distance.
Don't speak its name.
Sawhorse.
So you would think she would be arriving at the Black Mountain of the Black Wind in style.
It's not something we want to have happen though, because we still can't take 10,000 cultists.
Sam,
honestly,
yes.
Wes,
where is the nearest settlement where a pregnant woman would be mostly comfortable?
There would be no settlement that would give succor to any of those people. She would have to be in the mountain itself.
Okay.
Is there a faster way to the mountain?
Hey, maybe she is in the mountain.
Yes, we'll just take the railroad that leads directly to the mountain. No, there's not a fast. You have to walk. Sorry, man.
Okay. So let's get to the mountain. Let's at least see the encampment, because these guys are not, just kind of. It's like fucking Burning Man.
I was going to say a dead show, but yeah.
I doubt she's alone wherever she is, but if we can figure out where she is, that gives us a better advantage than waiting for her to get there.
Right, exactly. So we get.
I agree.
We get to their camp. We scope it out, and we try to figure out where the guest of honor is staying. I mean, Bob and Ted already think I'm a cultist. We could all just pretend to be cultists.
We haven't seen any female cultists, have we?
Yes, you have. You've seen female cultists in New York, You've seen female cultists in London.
I mean, technically, I could just show up and take my veil off. And
That's
be like,
right.
Yeah,
Show them your face, and they'll let us in. That's like a discount pass.
That's a +1.
That's a gold key
I'm
pass
on
right
Bob's
there.
list. I'm his +1.
We'll start with the bleeding wound first before that. Ma'am, I need to see your ID. Here's my ID. Oh, Jesus.
All right. So you kind of have a plan. You have a plan to make a plan.
We have 11% of a plan.
All right. Fair enough.
This is the part where we all stand up in a circle like a bunch of jackasses.
No.
What happened? I froze out for a moment. What happened?
You have the beginning of a plan.
Neat.
At dawn, we plan.
All right. As you make your way through the forest, you pass through an area of giant cedars, olives, camphor trees, figs. They all thrive here. Eventually, the lush forest gives way to a swath of bamboo. As the altitude rises, you're always going up. The undergrowth is very thick, slowing you down. There are a few trails that you can wind through. Frequently, the mountain slopes are cool and wet from mist, fog, or rain, and there are many rapid streams that must be crossed. You see antelope, giant hogs, elands, leopards, and lammergeiers, which is a bird of prey as large as an eagle. It says so right here.
Yeah.
Sam tells you all to keep your eyes peeled. This is green mamba territory, and you don't want to get bit. They're in the trees. They're on the ground. Keep your eyes peeled for mamba.
Kobe!
The air is clear and exhilarating. If you weren't on such a dire errand, you would actually feel alive.
Well, nothing makes you feel more alive than the ever-present threat of imminent death.
Oh yeah.
As you pass a saddle-shaped thoroughfare, a pass called the Nari-Nanyuki Corridor, which separates Mount Kenya from the Aberdare Range, it opens up, and you see what must have once been a mountain meadow of considerable beauty, but now it is half a mile of blackened earth, as if somebody took a giant branding iron and just popped it right down. All animal trails go around the area, and where you were having to hack your way through the underbrush, it starts to become deformed, and the soil feels squishy, and it's barren. Nothing will grow on it. Nothing grows on it, and there's an odor, a foul odor that hangs over the place.
Wilbur?
Welcome to the corrupt ground, the site of the Carlisle Expedition Massacre.
Normal men take their mistresses to the Bahamas or something.
You don't have to make sanity rolls, but it is very disturbing to be there. Does anybody have biology, geology, or natural world?
I got some natural world.
Why don't you give me a natural world roll?
Okay. That is a fail.
Yeah, you've really never seen anything like this.
I've never seen
You've
anything
seen
like
some
this.
shit, Julian, but nothing ever like this.
Would archaeology work?
No.
Dang it.
Agriculture will work.
Don't actually have that now.
Nope.
Sam wants to skirt around, but he knows that this is one of the reasons why you've come this far. If you guys want to explore,
Spot hidden charm.
What on earth are you gonna charm?
we really. Yeah, what are you doing with charm? There's nothing there, not even plants.
He's gonna charm Anubis.
Yes. Oh, charm, the answer is on the soil itself.
The soil speaks nothing if you don't have biology, natural world, geology.
You know, I'm more than willing to leave him here trying to converse with the soil personally.
And the gravity is the same here that it is in the rest of the world. It's probably slightly less because you're at a higher elevation, further away from the center of mass, but
Yeah.
But it's 1929, and you don't have instruments that are sensitive enough to pick that up.
I take a piece of string and tie it to a rock.
Please don't.
Yes.
Julian, what are you doing?
What you are able to do is to put a proverbial name to a face. You've seen in your dream the massacre happen.
Okay.
And here is the site where it happens. And you haven't seen what the aftermath looks like. And frankly, you just walked out of a beautiful, lush mountain area into what is more or less a shit-stained scar on the face of the earth.
Okay.
The pimple crater of
How
the
much
beautiful nature
time
face.
will we lose if we go around?
It's about a half a mile across. So, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
You know, it might not be a bad idea to skirt this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think you might be right.
Because I don't think 20 or 30 minutes is going to make much of a difference considering they got to start on us last night.
And that was only 2 of them.
Yeah, the rest of them probably might have already been here.
Or on their way.
Right. So, yeah, I'm all for
From our
skirting
vantage
this.
point, can we see anybody else approaching?
Give me spot hidden.
That's a pass.
10.
Yeah, you actually, there are groups of people approaching, nowhere near where you are, but you could hear them, you could see them moving through. They all seem to be going in the same direction.
Well, it looks like all the party guests haven't arrived yet, so that's a good thing.
So let's go forth to our inevitable doom.
Assuming that you're going to get far enough away from this area before you decide to make camp.
Yeah, we're going to go around this area and we'll think about camping on the other side.
Okay. It's getting late. Some of the other groups are starting to put up their fires and everything.
Well, them light fires will make it easier for us to keep track of where they are.
You might hear snatches of mad flute piping coming from different camps. Maybe
it is Burning Man.
Maybe some chanting. Bunch of guys with long hair playing hacky sack and Birkenstocks.
Nobody told me they'd start Woodstock out here.
There's a drum circle, but the beat is completely off. Oh wait, that's normal.
Well, we had a fish concert.
Like I said, it's Grateful Dead.
Where are the honey buckets? And how long is the line?
But it does. It's starting to have a, in a very strange way, a very festival-like atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to them, it is a festival. This is a joyous moment for those idiots.
Yep.
Despite the fact that they're going to be the first ones to go once this happens.
No arguing with the true believer.
No, it's not. I learned my lesson with the evangelicals.
Well, St. Teresa was stabbed in the heart by an angel multiple times with a spear in her religion, so. But she didn't kill anyone, so.
So, after a frugal dinner, you guys decide to turn in for the night. I'm assuming that there's going to be a watch set.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
And, nothing happens. You spend the night completely unmolested. We're all brothers in Nyarlathotep out here, and sisters. You're waking up by people just walking, trudging their way to the northeast. As they prepare their pilgrimage to the Mountain of the Black Wind. This only happens once in a lifetime, if that. The excitement is visible on the faces of the adherents. So, what you guys doing?
We're walking along with them.
Making sure
It's not like a big throng, though. As you get closer and closer, more people seem to be coming in, and the amount of people there, you start to get a sense that this is really a big deal. So about a day northeast, you start to see a dark conical mountain rise abruptly from the broadening plain. The forest has started to thin, and you're back into a grassland. But you can see as you get closer, the slopes of the mountain of the Black Wind are dark with lurid green forest.
Okay.
Now, there's a mountain. It's huge. In front of the mountain is a plain. And in the plain are tens of thousands of people. You have people who are white, people who are black, people who are Asian, people who are obviously from Australia. You have people from all over the world here, speaking in different languages. Some of you can understand. Some of it's English. Some of it sounds like Swahili. Some of it sounds Arabic. It is literally a melting pot. And that when you approach, the sun starts to dip below the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to ask what you're doing.
That plains right in front of the mountain. Is that where they all are, or does seem to be, or are they all in a circle around the mountain?
No, think of it as like like you have the mountain, and in front of the mountain has an area that's been almost scooped out, maybe by lava flow. It looks like it might be a volcanic mountain, and that's where everybody is. Everyone, even though they're mingling, the focus is definitely on the mountain of the Black Wind.
I was thinking, how long would it take? How long would it take to circle around the crowd and approach the mountain from the rear? Is what I was thinking.
Are there tents or anything like that?
There's a couple of tents set up, but it's mainly, they're just standing in the elements.
I'm going to get out my field glasses and survey the area, looking for anything that might be, what's her name's spot, maybe set aside from the rest, possibly the ritual area, anything like that.
That's the weird thing. If you look up the face of the mountain, far up towards the top, there is an opening that is it looks like a huge cavern cut into the side of the mountain, but there doesn't appear to be any access point to get to there. But other than that, the plain in front of the mountain is packed. As you're surveying the area, you can give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. That is a pass on spot hidden.
All right. To the side, on the eastern slope of the mountain, you can spot a trail that starts to wind its way up the side of the mountain.
Okay. Does it appear to be guarded or anything like that?
No, it's just it's not guarded. It's not very big.
I pointed out to the rest of them. Are there like rock outcroppings along it, or is it like very open and visible to anyone that would look up the mountain?
You're trying to see if you would have cover going through it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't look like it would provide a great amount of cover. You would probably stand out going up it if people were looking for you.
Right. Well, we'll kind of make our way that direction, I think.
Yeah. How are all the cultists dressed? Are they dressed in various things, or are they
different? Yeah, they.
Okay.
Chances are, if you can think of something that a cultist would be wearing,
I'm just making sure they aren't like all in just like black robes or something.
Oh no! It's not
in this.
I figured nobody's gonna pay attention to us unless we just randomly stand out.
Yeah, you're pretty much lost in the crowd. This is like, it would take you standing on the podium and shouting with a bullhorn, "Nyarlathotep sucks balls," to
Well, there went my plan.
to draw attention to yourselves just being there.
Right.
Yig is the one true king. Who said that?
Nyarlathotep's the 1%.
All right, as you make your way,
dude. After that,
as you make your way toward, pardon me, the what amounts to a game trail going up the side of the mountain. There's a shift. The sun starts going down, and just as it dips below the horizon, you hear the crowd hush, and you have people from East Africa, Europe, the Middle East, Asia. There are Sudanese, Arabs, Bushmen, Indians, Europeans. They all hush and they all look up to that cavern. And everybody give me a knowledge roll.
Knowledge roll.
I made that.
I actually made that.
You see the figure of a woman emerge onto that opening, and she's silhouetted against the backlighting behind her. And it can only be one person. It's Maru. And in Swahili, she declares, you can understand this, even though your Swahili is very limited. It's like she's speaking, your mind is hearing English or whatever your native tongue is. You hear, tonight is the time of greatness when our Lord sends us his chosen seed. Tonight comes the dread child and its terror to confirm us. Nyar Shatan, Nyar Gashana. And the crowd repeats back, Nyar Shatan, Nyar Gashana. And the echo rolls down the mountainside and fills the entire plain. The chant is repeated over and over, and all of a sudden, you start to hear the drums. And the rhythm of the words again and again, and the thousands of cultists begin to chant and sway, Nyar Shathan, Nyar Gashana, Nyar Shathan, Nyar Gashana. The echo rolls back from the mountainside, back up, fills the plain. Anybody looking down? Or anybody looking at the crowd?
Oh, sure.
As the frenzy builds up, the clothes start coming off.
Not surprised.
And here comes the pre-ceremony orgy. Lightning flashes closer and closer, heading directly for the peak. As the peal of thunder grows louder, a wind rises, chill, thin, and sharp. A plume forms above the mountain.
Yay.
And how far away were we from this cave?
The cave is up the side of the mountain. You have edged yourselves toward this trail going up the other side, like going. So that's the front of the mountain. You have this big cave, the mountain side, not the side of the mountain.
Right.
All right. So you're facing the mountain. Huge cavern up there where she's standing and chanting. You have a plain filled with naked cultists chanting and doing cultish things, fondling each other. It's like what the new Conan game. There's dicks and boobs everywhere.
Right.
Some people have put more than 1 point into ball sack. Some people have put no points into ball sack. It's that kind of party. You are off to the side where this trail winds up.
That is the kind of detail that you people listen to us for.
So, more or less, if you wanted a distraction, so you wouldn't be seen going up the side of the mountain.
Plenty distracted right now.
Yep.
You just got it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be one to assume any of these guys stay in power. So let's hurry up.
Yep. Need to reflect for a moment and then follow a course.
As you guys make your way up the side of the mountain, pardon me, the storm gets more and more intense. The lightning flashes are closer in frequency, and you reach the top, and you hear one final boom, and an enormous bolt of lightning strikes right above you at the mountaintop. And there's a hideous roar. Everybody, lose a point of sanity.
Okay.
Just as you feel the energy rush down the mountain.
Oh, goody.
And before you lies a small cave entrance into the side of the mountain.
Okay.
That's convenient.
Well, they got to get in there somehow.
I mean, does it have to do that every time it opens, though?
Oh, that didn't just open. That is where the trail leads to.
Oh.
There's something else going on in the
I
background.
don't want to know. One cosmic horror at a time. We have a focus.
Making sure the rifle's loaded, and in I go.
What else is happening in the background?
Oh, you've gone into the cave. You just hear that flash, and a huge chair goes up, and there are some sounds that may or may not be people dying in ecstasy. That's hard to tell at this point. It's a couple, tens of thousands strong.
Okay.
There's chanting. There's, it's the whole 9 yards. So this cavern is a natural lava tube, which has been enlarged to allow entrance. The stone is creamy red in color, the walls, and it looks like they had at one point been soft, and then after exposure to air, it hardened like lava. It opens up into a cavern. The first thing you see, it's an irregularly shaped cavern that's roughly a big circle with I'll give you a quick sketch of how this works.
Is it illuminated, or are we having to provide our own illumination?
It looks like a natural cavern that was carved out of. So this is the basic shape. The arrows where you guys came in.
Okay.
All right. In the center are 3 piles of. It looks to be piles of rotting corpses.
Yummy.
Up to the, if the top is north, up to the north and west is a huge familiar statue. 15 feet high, you see a statue of the Bloody Tongue himself. Everyone give me a sand roll.
Okay. Cross your fingers, everyone.
I passed that.
Yeah, that's a fail.
All right, you lose 1d4
Okay.
if you fail. You lose nothing if you pass it.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right.
And I'll spend that for a look.
Okay, so this is what is happening with luck rolls. Rodney and I, well, mostly Rodney, looked this up. So you spend twice what the sanity loss is to save half of your sanity loss. And then with your ability, you can further spend to lose half again.
Let's stop. Let's stop. I can't hear.
Sorry.
All right. So how much sanity did you lose?
I lost 4.
Okay. So you could spend 8.
Okay.
That will give you, that will make you lose 2.
No,
All right.
what happens is, Steve, is you spend 4 sanity or 4 luck to drop that down to 2. Then resilient kicks in. You can spend 1 more to drop it down to 1.
I thought you had to spend twice as much to
No.
drop it down half.
You spend the total sand loss to drop it down to half. So you're effectively spending 2 to 1. But you can only drop it half using luck.
I'm gonna believe you, but I think it was you had to spend twice as much as the total sand loss.
You spend the total sand loss to drop it by half. And then resilient lets you drop it by half again, 1 to 1.
All right.
Don't spend in 5.
No, you're wrong, actually, Rodney.
No, I'm not.
I'm looking at it right here. Hero spends 16 luck points in total to reduce the loss from 8 to 4. So yeah, you spend twice as much. When a sanity roll has been failed, the number of sanity points lost may be halved by spending luck points equal to double the sanity loss.
Okay.
All right, so you spend 8, and you can half it to 2, and then you can spend another one because of your talent to half it again to 1. So you're spending a total of 9 luck to only lose 1 sanity.
Okay.
Did anybody else besides Rodney lose sanity?
I did, but
Well,
that's
I
what
mean,
I was thinking. No.
And I've lost 6 this session.
Okay, but I mean, it's within a game day. It's been
Okay, then I've lost 5 since we entered the cave. I
Okay.
lost 1 and went 1 at the big thunderclap.
right. And what's the percentage of your total sanity?
9.
That was 9%.
No,
Or
I
your-
am at 9. I
Okay,
started
so
it.
you were at
15.
15.
I was
Okay.
at 14 when we started this part of the journey.
Okay. So you actually will take a
Indefinite.
an indefinite, yes. So roll a d10.
2.
2. So you come up with a psychosomatic disability.
Okay.
I will let you choose what psychosomatic disability you wish to have.
Or
You can lose, a sense. You can lose your ability to see, to taste, to hear.
yeah, I'll go blind again.
Okay.
I am also 1 point below my Cthulhu Mythos score.
Okay, you have now become hardened.
And blind.
You're hardened and blind. From now on, everyone's calling you Stick. And so, do you know exactly what hardened does to you, or do we need to go over that?
We only need to go over it if it's going to take any effect today.
It very well might.
Okay, then we need to go over it.
All right. So your understanding of the universe has shifted, and you have a permanent change to your personality.
Oh, lovely.
Your mind is inured to horror, and you no longer care. All your sanity loss is now halved.
Okay.
But it's up to you to come up with how that affects you personality-wise.
Okay.
While you're blind.
While I'm blind.
Because looking once again upon the aspect of Nyarlathotep, while his tens of thousands of worshippers are below, screaming at the top of their lungs, and something wicked just happened at the top of the mountain. It's a little bit too much for you right now. Alrighty, so there's the statue. Along the side where that little hook is, that little indentation there, there's a hanging cage. And inside the cage are 8 emaciated people. They're barely alive, and it looks like they've been there for a while. There are men, there are women, there are children.
I think we found the missing villages.
Where?
It's too bad there's not
You
a...
okay, Julian?
Did somebody turn on the light?
Yeah, Julian, you're going to have this for 8 rounds.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then, obviously, any further sanity loss will result in you going back to being blind. You really need to come up with the pulp talent radar sense.
I have the night. I see all, even though I can't see.
Hey, that'd be more insane talent, insane recall, and listen checks.
So as the people in the cage notice you, they start to moan and beg. Please, let us out.
We will, but be quiet.
No, they're coming. This cage was full. They just started scooping us up and taking us.
Is there a way to let them down?
Give me a spy hidden roll.
It's 19.
They're near the third pile of rotting corpses. If you can make it past the odor and the sanity check of having to go so near a human-sized pile, like 6 feet tall pile of bones and rotting parts, there are keys hanging on a hook.
Oh, am I the only one that's going to react to this?
React to what?
Not you, blind man. There are 2 other people in our group that have not said anything.
I'm thinking we should
Please,
come back.
Please.
It can come
Either
back for
let us
you.
know or tell us.
You can't just leave him here.
Julian, would you like to take the honors?
Sure.
Stab. He just puts a knife in the guy's heart and he's just going, shh.
What are you doing?
You're wasting innocent blood there.
So you're stabbing one of them?
No, I am telling Julian to do so, but if anyone wants to stop him, they probably can.
I'm not trying to have a knife.
He just starts stabbing one of the corpses.
I don't have a knife.
That's true too.
I'm advising that you know.
So is anybody going to get these keys?
Sure, I'll go get the keys.
I'm suggesting
It's
not
the
Give
getting
me
minute
a luck
for
roll.
bitches. I'll go get them. Shit.
I'll
suggesting
go
not
get the
getting
keys. I'll go after the keys.
Julian, just stay still.
I am one with the force. The force is with me. I am.
Just because you said that, you make it directly to the keys.
Yeah, I made a 20 anyway on the luck roll.
You're able to feel your way to the keys and follow the sound of these people begging for their lives. And you open the cage as they're hesitant to come out. They're so malnourished and emaciated that they can't even make it down from the side of the cage. They can't climb down on their own.
I will help them.
As you help them come down, your sight returns to you.
I'm also helping them getting them out.
All right, I'll get on this.
Ah!
Can't hold on.
There's the major.
Not so loud.
You help them out of the cage, and they're looking at you like, okay, what now?
You were the ones that wanted out of the cage.
Well, yeah, well, thank you, but what are we supposed to do? They're going to come for us.
No, there's
They came
skulkers everywhere.
One of them points to the throne and the statue. And says, they come from behind there. They're going to come and get us. You have to hide us. You have to get us out of here.
Where's the mound of corpses in relation to the throne?
There are 3 of them. One of them they're all about 20 feet away from the throne, strewn across the center of this circle.
All right.
Hold on, let me.
Okay.
So you have Nyarlathotep, Roan, corpses, cage. There you go.
All right.
So that little smiley face thing in the upper corner is the throne and the statue.
And the arrow's how we got in, right?
Yeah, the C's are corpses, and that thing is the cage.
Okay.
So we need to get them out. So we need to head towards the furthest sea. I'm not sure we'll make it in time.
Where was the cage?
Hide in the pile.
It's in that little alcove area. So we have to get them out of there and around to get them out the door. Get them out the entrance.
When do we expect them to come back?
Any second is my guess.
Well, these guys are not going to be able to walk very fast on their own.
Right.
So I will stay behind and run interference.
Why don't we just have them hide in the pile of corpses while we go forward?
Because that might kill them.
That's true. It might.
All we want to do is just go home. We just want to go home. This is horrible.
Yes, it is.
It is. However, what's out there is just as dangerous as what's in here. If we send you out, there's thousands of them out there.
Oh, how did you get in?
We walked.
There's a path down the side of the mountain.
Yeah, and maybe if you walk down it as carefully as you can, because I'm sure you can't run, they might not notice you. They're a little indisposed right now.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Anything's better than being in here.
That's the spirit.
No.
I don't know why they're doing this.
You don't want to know. Trust us.
Because they're evil.
That's a good enough reason.
Evil, like they don't wash their hands when they pee? Evil?
Yes.
Yes, that kind of evil.
Times 100.
The worst kind of evil.
Like tax accountants.
Taxman.
Like corporate attorneys.
Advertising executives.
Don't know what these things are.
Bunnies.
Graphic designers for role-playing games.
Hey.
Damn, man, that's cold.
Cold-blooded.
All right. They you point them out the passage and they go in. They take the exit. And If you look to where they were pointing, however, behind the throne, it appears to be solid wall.
All right. Is there like a switch or a fulcrum on the throne? Should I just start tapping at it?
Don't tap
Is there-
anything. Run your hand across it. Like I'll run my hand across the wall to see if there's anything there.
Okay.
Is there a crease? Is there a switch on the throne?
Does anybody have luck? Or I can get luck rolls, or if anybody has archaeology,
I
or
have archaeology.
mechanical repair.
You know, I actually have
Mechanical
like 2
repair.
points in mechanical repair.
I got touch.
Probably considerably higher than your luck, right?
Mine is, yes.
I failed my archaeology roll. So.
I critted a luck roll.
Okay.
I crit failed my mechanical repair.
Nice.
You've broken the mechanism. You were trapped in the cavern. Yeah, there is a mechanism, and Rodney, you happen to press the right part of it as the rock face starts to move into recesses into the wall itself, and you see a dimly lit passage winding its way up.
Well, the switch would have been Nyarlathotep's not bloody tongue, or bloody not tongue.
Nyarlathotep has put 65 points into sack.
Oh.
It's too much. It's unnecessary.
85 when you trigger the switch.
My God, is that a 14
There's a
got in
pit
your
in the
pocket?
reservoir.
Just unnecessary.
All right. The mountain starts to shake. Not constantly, but you feel like a every once in a while. What the
Did Nyarlathotep unzip? What just happened?
Oh my God. Get to that
You
movie.
got 65 points into sack. You gotta let it out every once in a while. Get stuffy in there.
As much as I would love that to be an ironic weapon to use against them.
The dildo of Nyarlathotep.
So, you look at the statue and kind of do a double take. Was he wearing a trilby?
All right,
Why
let's
not
go
make fun
down.
of my
Let's go
children?
down the dimly lit passage.
You're actually going up. It
All right,
curves
up the
upward.
dimly lit passage.
Here and there, a torch flickers. There are no pictures or inscriptions to decorate the walls. Occasionally, the stone of the tunnel has pulled apart, leaving narrow and deep fissures. There are points where the passageway has slumped enough that you need to climb or descend sheer clefts and embankments. A half an hour of steady climbing reaches
Good Lord.
another cavern, which opens up, which is shaped somewhat like this.
This is kind of ridiculous for people to go up and down to get the prisoners. Shaped
So,
like that.
Here we go. You are coming from where the arrow is, up top here by my finger.
Okay. What are all these things in the middle?
Now the circles are pillars.
Okay.
The diamond in the middle looks like a huge altar.
It's Lucy. No, I'm kidding.
The three squares to my left
Mm-hmm.
look like they could be pits, and behind those is another throne, almost like a daybed. To the south, right here, you see where the cavern opened up,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see the plain stretching out in front of you. And there's a shimmering, it looks to be a staircase descending from the opening that was certainly not there before.
Okay.
Coming up from the staircase, you see as hordes of cultists start to pile in naked into this, filling this space with hot, sweaty, stinky cultist flesh.
Mm.
The altar, every once in a while, someone is thrown onto the altar, and a man will take a knife and stab them. And as the blood flows into the altar, you see them half melt into the altar itself until all that's left is a pecked flesh pile of bones that is discarded. Everyone can give me a sanity roll.
Please.
I regret turning to this channel.
Sorry, guys.
Nice.
I'm Matt Murdock again.
I passed this
Failed
one
mine.
first.
You know, you can always mitigate that.
Holy crap!
Did you pass?
I actually passed.
Walter did not, unfortunately.
All right, Walter, you will take. Hold on. 1d2.
1d2?
Yep.
Okay. So I lose 1. Okay.
Everyone give me a spot hidden.
Oh, did we lose any if we made it?
Nope. If you made it, nothing.
I failed my spot hidden.
I also failed my spot hidden.
Passed.
No, wait, I passed that. I
I
passed
got
that.
an 08.
The pillars, there's 6 of them on either side of the altar. They are carved tentacles that start at the bottom of the cavern and wind their way up, but you could swear very slowly that they're undulating and moving, almost as if they were living.
Make a sanity roll.
Make a sanity roll.
I really wanted to see that.
If I didn't spot the hidden, do I?
No, if you don't notice it, you don't notice it.
There you
Pass
go.
that one.
Yeah, I passed it again.
Rodney, you could take 1d3.
All right, that's going to be 1.
Have it. So you take nothing.
Okay.
You will take nothing, as you don't really give a shit. If you've seen one tentacle
It's always
pillar, you've
tentacles.
seen them all.
Fucking tentacles everywhere.
Now, on the dais, the throne, reclining almost, is the figure of Hypatia Masters, bloated and sallow. And behind her, flanked by 6 or 7 or 6 rather large men, beefy guys with prongas and clubs, is Moreru.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is the scene before you. Now this is dynamic. So there's a line of victims that are just being hauled up onto this slab and stabbed and melted into the altar. There's chanting. Everybody's chanting. The thing is, everybody is naked.
I'm beyond that at this point.
Everybody's naked?
Everyone's naked. Naked.
It's not the first time we've seen masses of naked cultists.
Well,
That's what they do. I don't know why.
See, I'm kind of over the naked thing at this point.
so we want to cross the room, right?
Oh wait, that means we have to strip.
Now might be a good time to make a plan.
Well, me stripping's not exactly a good idea.
Can I crouch
turn
behind
around.
the
Walter's already naked. He's like, "What's the problem? I'm all for this."
Let's see. Can I crouch behind the doorway, and still have a line of sight on Hypatia?
It's not a doorway. It just kind of opens up.
Oh, I see.
And you're going to have to make your way around at least past the pillars.
All right. I'm stripping down butt naked, except for the mask.
Way to not draw attention to yourself.
What do you? It's cultist, man. This could be my cultist gear.
So there's no way I can have a line of sight on Hypatia from the passageway.
No, you're gonna have to make your way around.
Ah, well, the long distance shot is out of the question.
When in Rome, baby.
This is not a
People
good idea.
are undulating and dancing around in religious ecstasy.
Yep.
If
I
there
have
were,
an ever
if
believing
there were
wound on my
snakes
side.
around, people would be handling them left and right.
All right.
You'd say they're
So-
speaking in tongues, and probably some of these guys are.
So here's my thinking on this. Dance around, get it all jiggy jiggy, dance around the rifles, pistols or whatever have you. Get in nearby for line of sight. Load the rifles.
You're gonna
fire.
dance through the crowd naked
With a gun.
with a rifle,
Where are you hiding said rifle?
and y'all laugh at me about the mask.
What? Would they? It's a party. Dance around, your rifle out.
Yeah,
Isn't that
people
what
do
you-
have objects in their hands, but they're sticks and stuff. They're not
Exactly.
they're
Stick.
religious artifacts. They're not rifles.
Sword? Do they have swords?
Raving till dawn out there.
Well, people have pronga.
Well, okay. Time for an up close and personal dance.
Hey man, can I borrow your pronga? Sure.
Nice knife. I like it.
Yeah, Lucy's not keen on this. She's fine with letting them do it, but yeah, she kind of stands out if she takes her clothes off.
Maybe not in this crowd. They're all dancing.
I
around
would
and-
with a gaping side wound.
religious.
Yes, I would. I'd actually probably be aimed for the altar if I take my clothes off and I'm bleeding like that.
Not necessarily. There's the thing is that Lucy, you can give me the idea roll.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of cultists in here. You are in a crowd, and none of you, unless you do something completely stupid, like bring a gun in, are going to get noticed. There's just too much going on. The focus is not on you. The focus really is on two things. First, the sacrifices. And second, the screaming that is happening on the stairs leading up to this place, because there's a commotion there as you hear slurping sounds and screams of ecstasy and screams of terror and Wilhelm screams as people fall off the edge of the stairs, which have no rails because, there's no rails.
Right.
We are in a state of complete abandon.
Yep. I need to go take a look at the guest of honor. I want to see this bloated form laying on the throne. So I am stripped down, butt naked.
Now, you have, my fault is Mweru is not guarding Hypatia Masters. She is in the thick of it, dancing,
Good.
haranguing the crowd.
Where is she?
She is probably somewhere near the opening. As all this back and forth between the opening and the altar.
Okay.
As shit happens, demanding more slaves to be brought in for the slaughter.
Keep an eye on Hypatia and just rave my way over.
It's like the Matrix 2, but with way less clothes and probably way sweatier.
It's more like that's the opening scene of Blade.
But with no clothes on.
All right.
They might as well have been naked. They were covered in blood and their clothes stick to them. Anyway.
You make your way over to where Hypatia Masters is, and it really is not a pretty sight. She is hold on. Where are you, Hypatia? Oh, there we go. She lies on the semicircular steps that lead up to her. Her beautiful face is still recognizable, but instead of her lithe body, her face now sits atop an amorphous, pulsating mass of sallow flesh, little more than a swollen container encasing the spawn of Nyarlathotep. Everyone, as you approach her, you can hear her babbling in a sing-song voice, talking about her college friends and photography and how great Carlisle was to her and her metamorphosis and how she's going to be the bride of a god. Everyone must give me a sanity roll as they approach her.
So she's gonna marry her child. That's nice.
Yeah. Sounds like.
Nope.
Sounds a lot like when you ask, would you date your mom? Oh, 07. Nice.
Okay.
I failed that one.
Fail.
If you make it, you take 1d3.
Okay.
If you fail, it's 2d10.
Eesh.
Ah.
How much luck does everyone have?
I got 80 right now.
No.
I didn't think you could spend luck on a sanity roll.
No, you can spend luck on the sanity loss.
Shit. That's 12.
See.
I think Rodney's gone full on cultist.
Oh, let's see how much luck I have to spend here.
He's just like right into the music.
Yep.
I'll spend 20.
Now remember, your sanity loss is halved.
Right.
In
That is half.
So you lost
What did
10.
you roll?
I rolled 2 10s.
Damn.
Pardon me. All right,
So I'm going to spend 20 luck
to go down to 5.
to go down 5. So that puts this at here and this at 4.
Okay.
So.
And now I'm blind again.
The scream that is emitted from your mouth, Rodney, is lost in the ecstasy that surrounds you.
Yeah, I don't think I can get out of this one because, like, if I even with my resilience, I'll still lose 5.
Okay.
How much do
So is there a big difference between 12 and 5? Sanity gone.
What's your current sanity?
My current sand is 59, and I've lost like 4 points since we started.
You will have a indefinite.
Well, I'm gonna have an indefinite with the 5. So
No, you'll have it temporary. With 5.
temporary. I can spend 13 points.
let's see.
A lot of sand. I mean, luck left on
Okay,
me.
so you've lost So 5-5. And what about you, Major?
I lost 8 sanity, and I have 15 luck. I'm trying to figure out what I can do here.
Okay, so you could spend 16 to whittle that down to 4.
I have 15 luck.
Oh, you have 15 luck?
Yes, I have 15 luck.
You've lost 8 sanity.
Yeah, dang it. Well, time for the indefinite, time for the temporary then.
Okay,
Because I lost
so
8.
all 3 of you scream, which is lost completely in the crowd, as everybody is screaming. All right, so Rodney, give me a D10. Rodney?
I thought my sanity loss was going to blind me again.
It is, but you also are taking a temporary sanity for losing 5 at once.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. Okay, you start laughing uncontrollably for 3 rounds as the ridiculousness of this situation finally hits you.
He turned into Mark Hamill.
Lily, how is Lucy reacting to this? Give me a D10.
1.
You blank out. The last thing you remember was being in the village, helping out the villagers do their weekly chores. And now all of a sudden you are in the middle of this crowd. There's this bloated thing in front of you.
And I'm naked. What's happening?
And you're naked. Rodney is uncontrollably laughing. You have woken up into a nightmare. Nature. And that is going to last you 10 rounds. Major.
5.
You rolled a 5?
Yep.
You're looking at Rodney. I have to look at your character sheet real quick.
I already have the one that indefinite. That's where I basically have to spend 1d4 rounds not fighting.
No. Yeah, Lucy is wandering around looking lost, and she actually isn't Lucy, but it is your sister, Clara, who is all of a sudden at your side, naked, looking like she doesn't know where she is. And that'll last you 3 rounds.
Clara, what are you doing here? They got you.
Clara, stop touching me! What do we get? Where are we?
It's me, Eric. It's your dear Eric. I know it's a horrible place. I know. Let's see.
Clara? I've never heard that name before in my life.
I don't know why I don't know why this is happening to you. This is our hypnosis. Quick! Let's get you out of here. There.
Stop touching me,
brother. Your brother is here. Your brother is here now.
My brother is not here. He's in the United States. Get off me.
I don't understand what's going on here. But still, we must get you out of here quickly.
Meanwhile, Ndovu makes her way to the altar stone. At last, raises her hands, and her guards enforce the command for everyone to be silent. Coincidentally, your bouts of insanity coincide with these actions.
Oh, crap.
One last time she calls, Nyarlathotep, Nyarlathotep, as the onlookers gaze expectantly. The baleful yellow eyes within Hypatia's distended belly begin to glow. Her head screams once in mortal agony and then explodes, covering you all with gore, because you're right
Yum.
there. The bloody fragments and pulp fly through the air, spraying the wide-eyed cultists who eagerly grab for these holy relics. As they watch, the membrane forms a seam, then ruptures. Slime cascades down the steps of the dais. Atop the dais, in all its awfulness, stands the spawn of Nyarlathotep, slithering toward Mueru. I hate this name. Mueru. Its tentacles strain for the nearest unimportant cultist. It grabs it up and feeds itself for the very first time. Sanity rolls, please.
It's the mountain all over again. Yes, I passed that one.
Oh, 16. Thank you.
Oh crap! I failed that too.
Fail.
If you made it, take 1d6. It's 1d20.
Oh, I have to get a D20.
A D20 if you fail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we lost 2.
That's enough to send you back into screaming and seeing your sister in front of you. But this time, it's not Lucy who's your sister, but it's a random cultist.
I lost 4.
Shock, shock, shock. All
Lucy,
right,
On
you
my
guys.
pass.
come around.
On my pass, I lost 4.
Come around just long enough to remember where you are, and then you see this thing explode out like Alien, and you're right back into like, where the fuck am I? What the hell is going on?
Right back up against that wall again.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Frozen together soon.
15.
It for Julian.
Are you in turnip land, Julian?
Yeah, well in advance, unless I have the option of a blaze of glory.
You do what now? So you lose 7 altogether. That's
Right.
more than you had?
That's more than I had.
How is your blaze of glory happening?
Oh my goodness. What is going on in this room?
Well, you have the spawn of Nyarlathotep is standing over you all on the dais. And let's just describe to you what the spawn of Nyarlathotep actually looks like.
Right. How close is the newborn spawn of Nyarlathotep to the edge?
It's right there. It is. Okay. It looks a lot like its dad. It's huge, roughly triangular, with a bottom-heavy body and 2 yellow oval eyes at the apex of its slithery form. Just below the baleful eyes droops down a long, writhing crimson tentacle. 5 fanged and drooling maws randomly decorate the ventral side of this thing. The hide is a lurid, blotchy orange. No joke, it's orange.
It's orange. Okay.
It's the greatest spawn of Nyarlathotep, the best.
And it has arms with little hands, right?
Yes, actually, many 9-inch long appendages sprout from this form.
And very wispy, almost toupee-like blonde hair.
There's a claw at the end of each of its appendages. As it slides along, it leaves behind a trail of orange vomit.
Mm.
Now, when they rewrite this thing for pulp, they have to keep the orange vomit.
Now,
it has slithered past you and grabbed a random cultist.
Oh,
and started
slithered past me
into it with its tongue.
Right.
As it takes its foul nourishment.
Oh, God. Well, see, that doesn't help what I want.
He is the lucky one, for he was chosen.
I was kind of hoping it was like in a weakened teetering state, and just take it over the cliff.
It's in the cavern. It's nowhere near the cliffside.
All right.
There are 3 pits that you happen to look down. One is filled with snakes, one is filled with rats, and one is filled with driver ants.
Driver ants?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Is
not
it
at all.
near one of these pits?
It is near those pits.
All right. My blaze of glory
Okay.
will be to run full tilt at the spawn of Nyarlathotep and body tackle it into the pit of ants.
Can I pull an audible?
No, this is his blaze of glory. I mean, he's
But
done
I have Keith Bomb.
Oh, he's got Keith.
I have
As
Keith
Rodney,
Bomb.
who's going out anyway because his sanity is 0.
Yeah, my sanity is like
It's either this or he's joined the cult.
Fair enough.
my sanity is negative 11 currently.
All right. Well,
As Rodney tackles Nyarlathotep's spawn into the driver ants and feels the ecstasy of being eaten alive by these ants, he
While
delays-
pummeling Nyarlathotep.
That's what you hear echoing up through the It's mad laughter.
Nyarlathotep is able.
I am justice.
I am a knight!
I am a skeleton.
The spawn is able to climb its way out with minimal damage. But meanwhile, Walter takes out Keith.
I take Keith and said, "Now is your time to shine, my little princess. I hope you can do this."
She comes out of her cage and grows exponentially when you are faced with a Godzilla-sized chameleon whose tongue starts slashing out and picking up cultists and pulling them back into its maw like flies. Between these two events,
What is happening?
between these two events, there's enough of a distraction happening for the rest of y'all to get the fuck out if you want to.
I grab Lucy's hand and beat feet.
I'm out of my stupor.
Oh yeah.
My gun, but I
Okay,
do not even remember.
shove aside, not sister. Run, grab. Walter's got Lucy somewhere. Run, grab gun, and get out.
Grab mine too, hopefully, because Lucy.
Oh yeah, we're grabbing that.
being here.
Yep.
Try and make my way to said pile of clothes.
All right.
Hey,
I'm
somebody
assuming that's
grab
on the
my
way out.
mask for a suitable memorial.
No.
Sure. If I
No.
see clothes, I'll pick them up. I don't know what's happening.
All right. So you guys are able to run down the magic stairs as chaos erupts behind you.
Walter, I know this is a very bad time to ask, but what the fuck just happened?
Later. Let's go. Time
And
to go.
a couple of days later, you find yourselves naked and dehydrated and malnourished in the village of Ndovu, where everyone looks haggard because while you were doing this, the black wind arose through the land and ill luck has happened around everyone. They look at you like you were caught in it.
Well, we were actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've put 2 and 2 together, but eventually you are able to grab Savage and make your way into Nairobi, where you're able to, or Mombasa. Jeez, I can't talk today. To dock to Doc Savage's home to lick your wounds and try and sort out what the fuck just actually happened. So we're gonna close it there for the night, and just say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night,
Who's
Julian.
this Gracie you speak of?
Yep.